Hey there, old buddy. Thanks for seeing me on such short notice. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess you're right. I didn't give you much of a choice, did I? Then again, under the circumstances, yeah, this really couldn't wait until morning. Mm-hmm. No, have a seat, have a seat. This is your mansion, after all. You go ahead, you have a seat, old buddy. Yeah, I really didn't appreciate the fact that you sent that worthless thug to try and kill me earlier tonight. Yeah, see, that was stupid, and now it's gonna cost you. Oh, don't look at me like that. Come on, don't look at me like that, Bob. I mean, after all, what's that old saying? Um, 3 men can keep a secret if 2 are dead. Yeah, or I guess in this case, 2 men can keep a secret if one of them is dead. I mean, wasn't I a good friend to you all these years? Your good friend, your accountant. I helped you out with everything. When the feds were investigating some of your extracurricular activities, I was the one who cooked the books. I was the one who laundered all that money, made everything seem nice and legit, didn't I? Yeah. And then, when you got sick and tired of your wife, you know, who put you in touch with that thug, that wannabe hitman, that wannabe assassin? Yeah, it was me. It was me. And what did you do? A year later, you sent him after me. Well, guess what? Your thug failed. Yeah, he failed miserably. Well, I don't really talk about it, but yeah, that nice little compact 9mm with a weapon light attached to the trigger guard. Yeah. I keep one in my nightstand, and I was just a little bit quicker than he was. Oh, yeah. Pumped him full of holes. Yeah. You know, he really had a surprised look on his face. Now imagine my surprise when I took a closer look at him and realized who he was. I mean, honestly, the same guy from last year. You wanted your wife gone, and I helped you. And I kept your secret for a year. But you got greedy, Bob. You got greedy. And now it's going to cost you a lot. Oh, yes. A lot of money. Mm-hmm. Well, a lot more than just money. Yeah. I mean, your wife, she was still relatively young. She had daddy issues, and when an older man like you came along, oh, she would do anything to make you happy, wouldn't she, Bob? Yeah, yeah. You wanted her to have a bigger rack, so she went under the knife. I mean, come on. I saw her And then a month went by, and all of a sudden she had 2 mountains tacked onto her chest. I mean, come on, Bob. There's nothing natural about that. And what about all those other individuals you had me find for you? Men and women, for your kinky little fetishes that you had. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, you made sure that she participated, even though she really didn't want to, but anything to keep Daddy happy. And then, what happened? I mean, it can't be because she got old. I mean, after all, she watched her weight and she kept that tight, firm little body. All for you, Robert. All for you. All of those disgusting things you wanted in the bedroom. All for you. All of it. All for you. Everything I did, all for you, Robert. And you were not only ungrateful, but you paid some worthless thug to come and put an end to my life. Oh, you look like you've seen a ghost. No, don't try to run. You're not gonna get very far. Daddy, sit down. Oh, I wasn't kidding. Your thug, whom you sent after your best friend / accountant, yeah, he failed. Yeah, I watched as your good friend filled him full of lead. And the guy was really surprised. You know who else was surprised? Your good friend. Yeah, right after he gunned down that worthless ghetto thug, he had a heart attack. That big, fat, ugly piece of crap friend of yours had a massive heart attack and collapsed on the floor. Yeah, I saw my opportunity and I took it. It took me a year of concentrating, of building up my strength. The spirits I met on the other side, they helped me. When they found out what happened to me, they helped me. They taught me how to take over a body, a dead one. I mean, I could have taken over the body of your thug, but I don't think you would have opened the door on Halloween night to a bleeding, bullet-riddled zombie corpse, would you? But your best friend, whom you plotted with to put an end to me and you succeeded, you'd open the door for him, especially after sending the same thug to kill him 1 year later. What's the matter, Robert? You didn't trust him anymore? Maybe you just wanted to cover all your bases. Oh, Robert, you got greedy. And I'm back. Yes, I'm back. I can't stay here too long, but we have some hours to play with. Tell me, Robert, what was it? Was I not good enough for you? I had that plastic surgery. Do Do you know how it hurt while I was recovering for all those weeks? How hard it was to breathe? Everything I did for you. You wanted me to be shaved down there. So I went to a salon. Yeah. I tell you what, Robert, how about I pour hot wax on your genitals and then rip the hairs off? Would you enjoy that? Yeah, it hurt like hell, but you didn't care. You didn't care. All those other people you brought into our bedroom, you used my body like I was your damn whore. And then after you'd fall asleep and all those people would leave, I'd vomit into the toilet practically every night, keeping you happy. Well, it wasn't always because of your kinks, Robert. You didn't want children. I did, you didn't. Well, guess what? Daddy gets his way every time. You didn't know about them. I had 3 abortions while I was married to you. 3. I don't know if any of them were yours. Considering what you wanted me to do in the bedroom and how you sometimes like to watch. All those disgusting things I did for you just to keep you happy. Did you appreciate any of it, Robert? Any of it? I was walking around with mountains on my chest. My back pain was brutal. Do you know how many painkillers I took because of my back? Because of those huge, heavy breasts that you wanted? You know what I really didn't enjoy? Having to walk around my own home naked on your days off, as you like to call it, so that you could have my body literally any time you wanted to. When I was in the kitchen cooking you breakfast. When I was in the toilet trying to pee. Yeah. I guess I was your toilet. Hey, Robert. Everything I did to keep Daddy happy. And you murdered me. Actually, no. See, that would have meant that you were man enough to do the job yourself. You hired some worthless piece of shit thug that your best friend and accountant found, paid him, and he murdered me. Did the thug tell you how he murdered me, Robert? Did you even ask? It was painful. Oh, it was painful. Yeah. I didn't die quickly. I suffered a lot. It was painful. And You're gonna find out just how painful it was, Robert. Yes, you will. Because I don't have a lot of time, but I have plenty of time. You're gonna feel every horrendous, horrible thing he did to me. You weren't the only one who enjoyed my body that night, Robert. And what's going to happen to you tonight? You will learn just how horribly painful it was. I loved you. I gave you everything, everything, every disgusting, perverted kink. I gave you my body. I gave you everything. And you had me murdered. Why, Robert? Everything I gave you, that wasn't good enough. The trips, the vacations that I paid for. You married a very rich young woman who recently inherited a ton of money right before you met her. And you said all the right things and you made me fall in love with you. I gave you everything. Trips, vacations, cars, gifts, jewelry. You're still wearing the Rolex watch I gave you, Robert. It's on your wrist. You're still wearing it. You're still driving that Mercedes-Benz SUV. It's parked in your spot, Robert. What? I wasn't good enough for you all of a sudden? I starved myself to keep this skinny, tight body that you wanted, with the mountains attached to my chest. I looked ridiculous, Robert. I looked absolutely ridiculous. I gave you everything. Why the hell weren't you happy? Oh, you wanted to control my money. You idiot. You had control of me. If you had asked me to sign a power of attorney, I would have, happily. Everything I did for you because I thought you loved me. And it was all a lie, wasn't it, Robert? All a lie. Well, guess what? The horrific pain that you're going to feel, that's not gonna be a lie. You're not gonna live past tonight, Robert. And you're gonna die the way I did, screaming and in horrific pain. What do you say? What do you say we get started?